Hello, and thank you for joining me today. For any of you who may not know me, my name is Natalie Smith, and I'm a wealth advisor here at Jacob Young Financial. Today, I would like to discuss a topic that is top of mind for many of you and answer a few questions that I hear frequently. Some of those questions include: Is Social Security running out of money? Will I lose my benefits? And if I don't file now, will I receive any benefits in the future? These are some of the most common questions I hear, and the answer is a little different than what many headlines suggest. Most headlines, news reports, and articles make it sound like Social Security is disappearing or going bankrupt, but that's not actually what's happening. Today, around 70 million Americans receive Social Security benefits, and for nearly 90 years, Social Security hasn't missed a payment. Currently, about 90% of Social Security benefits are funded through payroll taxes paid by workers and employers. The remaining fund the remaining funding comes primarily from the Social Security Trust Fund, along with taxes some retirees pay on their Social Security income. Social Security operates largely as a pay as you go system, meaning workers today are funding benefits for current retirees. As long as workers and employers continue paying payroll taxes into the Social Security system, it will continue to exist. However, that doesn't mean the system doesn't face challenges. For many years, Social Security actually collected more money than it paid out in benefits. That surplus was saved in the Social Security Trust Fund. This worked especially well historically because there were more workers supporting each retiree. For example, in 1980, there were roughly 3 workers paying into Social Security for every person collecting benefits. Today, that number is closer to 2.7 workers per beneficiary. And that ratio is generally expected to continue gradually declining over time. Because there are now fewer workers supporting each retiree, Social Security is currently paying out more in benefits than it receives through payroll taxes alone. To make up the difference, the system is gradually drawing from the Social Security Trust Fund, that reserve account we talked about earlier. Under current projections, those reserves are expected to be depleted around the year 2034. This is often what people are referring to when they say Social Security is running out of money. But here's the key point: that does not mean Social Security payments stop entirely. Today, roughly 184 million workers are still paying into the system. Even if the trust fund reserves were depleted, ongoing payroll taxes would still continue funding a significant portion of benefits. So the real issue isn't whether Social Security disappears entirely. The real issue is how Congress adjusts the system to fully fund benefits long term. If lawmakers fail to act in time, there is the possibility of future benefit reductions. The good news is that lawmakers have many potential options available to strengthen the system over time. I often like to think of these options as different levers that can be pulled, either individually or in combination, to help improve the long term stability of the system. Some of these levers include increasing payroll taxes, raising the taxable wage cap, increasing full retirement age, reducing benefits for higher earners. You may have heard to this referred to this as means testing, or potentially modifying cost of living adjustments. There are many different ways lawmakers could strengthen the system. In reality, the final solution would likely involve a combination of several different approaches rather than just one big single change. So, while the headlines certainly sound alarming, the reality can be much more nuanced. Social Security definitely faces challenges, but it also has options. And understanding that distinction is important when planning for retirement. For many, Social Security is just one component of a larger financial plan. At Jacob Young Financial, we stay informed about ongoing policy changes that may affect your plan, and we assist with coordinating Social Security, pensions, and other retirement benefits within your broader retirement strategy. Thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for part two, where I will lead a detailed discussion into the potential options and proposals for revising and strengthening the system over time.